So as you know, good morning. My name is Kim Ware and I am your instructor for COM115. If you've read anything about me, taken a look at my About Me page or looked me up on Facebook or any of the above, I have been teaching for about 15 years, maybe just a little bit more. I went to Arizona State University and got a graduate degree in human communication with an emphasis on performance. So I was a theater kid and I danced, and I went to my undergraduate and decided that I didn't want to beat the pavement for the rest of my life, and that I wanted to get married and have a family. And most of those jobs, you're working at night and you're working on the weekends. So it's hard to do that and have a family at the same time. So I got a simultaneous business degree, graduated, and realized there weren't a ton of jobs where I wanted to be. So then I got to ASU when they were paying people to go to school and did a teaching assistantship there and got my degree. Lived in Arizona for about 16 years, had 4 children, and moved to Denver about 2 years ago. I'm also a homeschooling mom, so I don't know if you caught that or not.
No.
So
Wow.
Yeah. So we pulled my daughter out of school after 2nd grade, and just figured, like, I just really wanted to try, and thought, well, if I mess it up, I can send her back to school at Christmas. Like, I can't screw her up too bad when she's 8 years old. Like, great experiment. She can go back to school. And it ended up being a wonderful thing for our family. So that being said, I tend to school the kids in the morning until mid-afternoon. And then most of my work is done in the afternoons while I have my children and other activities. So if you don't hear from me in the morning straight away, just know that you can count on me getting back to you sometime after lunch, which is really all it takes, because we don't have to stand in line to go to the bathroom or go to the cafeteria. We can just eat whenever we want. So also, being a homeschool mom doesn't mean there's like I have an extreme amount of patience. There is some yelling and crying involved. I won't negate that. It's usually me, and that's okay. Just keeping it real. So anyway, what I'd really like to hear from you this morning is what your name is, of course, what you are doing at Bryan University, and what the best part of your day has been so far. So for me, the best part of my day has been coffee. I go to bed thinking about coffee, and I wake up and I get coffee. I love it.
Here, right there with me. Here we go.
Okay, yeah, good. All right, so I'm just gonna work down my list of participants that I see and just call on you if that's okay. So Mary, you are first. So hi, tell us about yourself and the best part of your day so far.
My name is Mary Jadis. I'm from Michigan. And the best part of my day this morning was getting my oldest granddaughter off to school.
Wonderful. Good job. Good job. Okay, and then I see Aragon. I don't know if that is your name or not, or if that's like an initial. Are you there?
Hi, yes.
Hi.
My name's Jeannie Aragon.
Okay.
I'm from, well, originally I grew up born and raised in Southwest Kansas, but I moved about 9 years ago, to Texas. And my best part of my day, I guess, is getting a workout in.
Yes, I'm with you on that one. And what program are you doing here?
My AA.
Okay, very good. Thanks for sharing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Marie.
I am from Silver Hill, Alabama, and doing the health information management, and the best part of my day is waking up.
Good job. Every day you wake up is a good day.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Okay, thanks for sharing. Cole.
My name is Cole Salois. I'm from Helena, Montana. Best part of my day is my boss texted me at about 7:30 this morning, told me we didn't have to work out in freezing cold.
Yes.
And then going to school for fitness.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. Okay, then I see Ladarius. Is that right?
Everyone. Yes, you said it right. I'm originally from Memphis, Tennessee, living in California now. best part of my day is, I guess, working out. Going to Brown University for exercise science.
Okay, wonderful. Thanks. All right, and then Linda.
Hi, I'm Linda Pasquale. I'm from Chicago. I'm here for the health information management to get my associates. And the best part of my day is waking up, eating breakfast, getting ready just for the day.
Wonderful. Thank you, Linda.
Thank you.
Okay, and then I have Shakaylin. Is that right?
Yes.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, I'm Shakaylin. I'm from Mobile, Alabama. I am a stay-at-home mom of 3. The best part of my days is getting them, the 2 big ones, off to the school bus and having fun with the little one. And I am in school for exercise science.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thanks for sharing. Okay, and then Taiwanda, is that right? Oh, I can't hear you. I'm sorry. There we go.
Okay. There you go. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Yes. You can call me Wanda.
Okay, Wanda, thanks.
Okay. Okay. Best part of my day, since I survived COVID, is waking up. Okay.
Wonderful.
That's the best part of my day. And I'm here for my associate degree in business.
Okay. Yeah, thank you for sharing that you survived. That's wonderful.
Yeah. Did it when so many people did not survive.
That's true. Yeah.
So I was back in 2020, I'm sorry.
Okay, wonderful. I'm glad you're here, Wanda.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I will butcher this. TOI. Who is that? Toy?
Yes, sorry. Yeah, it's D-Toysha, but you can call me Toy for short.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, thanks for clarifying that.
No worries. So yeah, my name is D-Toysha Williamson. I'm from San Diego, California, and I'm going to Bryan University for paralegal studies. And I would say the best part of my day today is waking up and actually making it to the Zoom meeting.
Yay, you're here. I know it's a little early for some people. Thank you so much. Okay, and then I think Victoria, are you ready?
Yes, I'm here. I have to agree with the other lady. The best part of my day is getting the 3 big kids off to school. Then I have 1 left over. And I'm here for my health information management associates. I'm so excited. We're so close. I had a baby and we're here. Yay.
Okay.
I'm from Detroit, Michigan. I live in Atlanta. I'm a military brat.
Okay, very good. Well, thank you for your service too, because it's hard to be a kiddo in that. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, well, thanks for sharing. Did everyone get to share? I think I got everybody. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Now, before I get completely started, does anyone have any questions that you want me to answer before we talk about the course? No? Okay, good. What in the world am I doing here? Why am I taking this course? Okay, so yes, I'm going to answer that for you. So this is COM115. All you need to know to get an A in this course, and that's what I want you to remember more than anything else, is that you can get a 100% and an A+ in this course. And in fact, you can do it at every course at Bryan University. This is one of the few institutions that allows you to keep resubmitting for mastery until you get an A. And, it's one of my personal goals to maybe one day have my entire class graduate with, not graduate, but pass the class with a 100% A+. So I'm just going to keep working so hard to get you to that point, because if you do that, it shows that you have learned the material, which is the most important thing to me. Learning is the main thing, but also it really says something about your character and your ability to see things through, especially when it gets hard. I know that life can get crazy busy, and sometimes we just can't. And just like you all, I've got my own history and things that I've been through where I just couldn't. But as much as it depends upon you, I encourage you to go for that A+. So let me just talk about the outlook of the course and what you can expect. So the first half of the course is building a foundation for the study of interpersonal communication. And what I love about this morning is that we have got a variety of fields represented just in our call, and yet you're all taking an interpersonal communication class. And whether you realize it or not, interpersonal communication or a communication class is required at every college. Like, you have to have that on your transcript to get whatever degree you're getting. And I really like it that Brian is offering interpersonal communication, because we are talking about communication between two people, which is what you're going to be doing most of the time, is interfacing with a client or your boss. But then interpersonal communication has reach into small group communication, organizational communication, and even like we're going to spend some time learning about intercultural communication. So it's a really great course for you to be taking. The second half of the course is all about application. So we're building a foundation for study in weeks 1 through 4, roughly. And then in weeks 4 through 8, we are going to apply a lot of what we've learned, looking at conflict, friendship, and family versus workplace communication, because you have a personal life and a professional life. Sometimes those things meet and sometimes they don't. I had one friend that used to tell her husband, like, okay, you get to go to work all day and you're interfacing with all these adults, and I'm home taking care of the children, which, you know, we love and we're happy to do. But you better enjoy your car ride on the way home, because that's your time to debrief. Once you get home, the office is at the office, and I need you here to be a dad. So just keeping in mind that we're looking at how these things intertwine and just helping you deal with those different nuances of your life. So let me talk about assignment expectations. I'm going to move from this page in just a moment and actually show you the first assignment and the second assignment to give you a better idea of what you're dealing with. But most importantly, I want you to ask questions before you submit. So even if it is Saturday night or Sunday night and there's a question and you're just like, I don't know. I don't know what this assignment is looking for. Just pause. As long as you communicate with me that you're going to be late on the assignment, I'm fine with that. I'm very flexible. Remember, learning is the most important thing for me. So just pause and let me answer your question. Because if you don't, here's what happens. You get frustrated and you Google. And what you'll see is that this textbook and other textbooks talk about similar concepts. They use different names because they're written by different authors. So I can tell immediately if you've used Google. And then you write a bunch of stuff that's not right. So you've gotten frustrated. You've probably spent 15 to 20 minutes trying to figure it out. And then you finally submit your assignment. And then I get to tell you, oh man, this isn't quite right. And then I get to write, here's why. And then I get to send it back to you. And then you get to rewrite it all over again. If you ask me questions before you submit, we can just cut out all that middle point. Like, so as soon as you start to feel yourself getting hot, your blood pressure going up, and you're just getting frustrated, like, you know, just pause and send me a message and let me help you. Okay. Does that sound like something that we can do? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, now let's move on to the next point, which is just writing the best that you can. So some of you have had English prior to taking this course, and some of you haven't had your English class. And I don't know about you, but it's been a long time since I had high school English. So what you will notice in this class is that it's kind of writing heavy. And I want you just to write the best that you can. I am not looking for skillful writing. I am looking to see that you know what the concept means and that you can apply it with an example. So I'm going to be posting a video here in the next 24 to 48 hours that talks about how to write for this course using concepts. But let me just give you a rundown really quick of the best way to do that. So if you are taking notes, this would be an appropriate time to write this down. So for all except for the very first assignment is a little bit different, but all the rest of the assignments, you're going to have short answer questions where you're going to be answering a prompt. If you see more than one question in the prompt, that's a clue that you have more than one paragraph because you have more than one topic to write about. Okay, so look at the punctuation. Are there more than 2 question marks? However many question marks there are is an indication that you're going to have that number of paragraphs. Generally, you're not going to be writing more than 2 paragraphs, but just keep that in mind. Use those questions as your topic sentences for your paragraphs. So if you see a question that says something like, what are the assignment expectations? Question mark. Your topic sentence is going to be, the assignment expectations are, and then you'll explain that in the body of the paragraph. So that's point 1 for writing. Point 2 is you're always going to be asked to apply a concept. So tell me what the concept is, give a definition. So topic sentence, concept with the definition. Then you're always going to be asked for specific examples. And I'll show you what I mean in just a minute. But after you give the definition, give me a specific example of that definition and that concept in place. And then if you really want to go for it, you could stop there, or you could write one more sentence that says how the example applies to the concept. And that shows depth of analysis, synthesis of information. Do you need me to review that? Everybody got it?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay, great. So let me just go ahead and pause there. I'm going to transition to a different screen and show you our course homepage. Where's my mouse? There it is. Okay. Okay, so this is what you see when you go to our course homepage. Some instructors have this, some don't. I like to put like the most recent 3 announcements at the top of the page. You can also go over here and click on announcements, which I'm sure you're familiar with, to see everything that I have shared so far. Now, when you go back to the home page, you see, okay, here's what we need to do for week 1. Here's what we need to do for week 2. I think this can get a little overwhelming sometimes. So if you just need a quick snapshot, every Monday I post the to-do list for the week that narrows it down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here are the things that I absolutely need to get done this week. Now I want to show you the first assignment. I know some of you have already turned it in, but if what I'm talking, you're like, I don't think I did that quite right. You can resubmit. It's not a big deal. So here's the first assignment, which is a self-concept worksheet plan. Now, remember, I said that the first week is, the first half of the course is all about building a foundation. It is really difficult to get better at communicating with other people if we don't first know our baseline for how we communicate, the different roles that we play, and so on. This assignment is probably the most personal assignment. So if you're reading through it and you think, oh man, this is really personal. I don't really want to share any of this. I don't want to write it down. I don't want it on my hard drive for anyone to see. And I especially don't want to send it over the World Wide Web. Cool, that's fine. Remember, concepts, make something up. You can make up a fictitious character and write about them. If you have a TV show that you really enjoy watching and you know one of the characters pretty well, do it from their perspective. It doesn't matter to me. And I'm not a therapist. I'm not terribly interested in your personal life. I want to see that you have the concepts down. And really, it's for your benefit. It has nothing to do with me. So the first assignment is a fill-in worksheet. So you're going to need to download this, fill it in, and then send it to me through the scoring tool. This first part, I am statements, these are not qualities. These are actually roles that you play, like parts of your identity. So I am kind, kind is not an identity. It's a quality about you. So for me, I would say things like, I am a wife, I am a mother, I am a sister, I am a teacher. I like to run, so I could say I am a runner. So these are roles or identities that we take on. The rest is pretty self-explanatory. When you get down to part 2, you take this questionnaire to learn about your communication style. If you're more assertive or responsive, please write in full sentences and make sure you say something. So like, what surprised you? I was surprised by this. If nothing surprised you and you feel really confident in knowing who you are, say that. I was not surprised by any of it because I know who I am. That makes sense to you? Okay. And then I really, really encourage you, try to pick a strength. I know it's really hard to be positive about ourselves, but try to decide, like, what is something that I'm doing really well that I can continue to capitalize on and grow. Now, part 3 is looking at communication style and others. And this may be another place you're like, I don't really want to write this down. Again, you can make it up. So this part 3, the first part, you do need to talk about 2 people. And then describing a situation, think about a situation as far as maybe like context. So the way that you would carry yourself in a grocery store is probably different than the way that you would carry yourself in a doctor's office. Our communication changes depending on context. And then here for inclusion, control, and affection, this is a theory that I love. I would stake my entire career on this theory because I think it has far-reaching applications. I'm excited for you to learn about it. So this is definitely a place where you would say, what is inclusion? What does that mean? What is control? What does that mean? What is affection? I need to see that you understand these tenets and the differences between them. Okay, so any questions about the first assignment? No? Okay, good. Now I'm going to show you the second assignment. I'm not going to spend as much time on it, but I want you to see something that's really cool that we have in the rest of the assignments. So this one is a case study based assignment. So you're going to be reading the case study and all of your specific examples need to come from the case study. For every single question that you are asked, we have a study guide. This is present for you in assignment 2, 3, and 4. So we have listed, myself and my cohort, we've listed every question with every single concept that you could possibly write about in that question. So don't use Google, go to the study guide, and that will give you a clue as to what you need to be talking about. Can everybody see the study guide? Okay, good.
Yeah, but you might be the only teacher that I've had that don't say, you could go to Google. Okay. A lot of them tell, you can go to Google, and you know, they don't mind that. They're like, well, I don't mind, go to Google. Okay, so you might be the only teacher I've had that says, no, don't do that. Okay.
Yeah, and okay, so, and then is this Linda that's talking or Wanda?
Wanda.
Wanda, did you take critical thinking yet?
Yep.
Okay.
That was my last one.
Okay, did you have me or Valerie?
Valerie.
Okay, so I know for sure now that you know that you got to apply that crap test, right? For your Google stuff.
Yeah.
And if you don't know what that is, hit me up later and I will explain it to you because everybody loves to talk about crap, right? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, no, don't go to Google, please. Just let the text guide you. Like we've picked it up for a very specific reason. And I want to see your ability to apply specific information in a specific way. And listen, this is going to help you beyond this course. If you can learn to write this way and you can learn to critically analyze this way, you are going to just be leaps and bounds ahead of your colleagues. And not that we want to be though, but we want to make good decisions and we want to be smart and think intelligently. And this is a way for me to get you there. Okay. And we're all always ever learning, right? We're all practicing all the time. So let me go back now and share my PowerPoint screen. I know that this is sort of like drinking from a fire hose. Like I get it. So just stay with me. Share. Okay. So I'm going to breeze through the rest of this stuff pretty quickly and then talk to you about the communication model. And if you have any questions, just let me know. Learn it notes. In this part of your program, under the general education classes, which is what these are, the learn its are set at a higher rate. I didn't make that decision. Someone way above me did. So don't blame the messenger. The learn its are going to take you longer than you're used to them taking in your other programs of study here at Bryan. So make time for that. Also, the first week in this class is heavy. So you have 3 chapters to get through. But the rest are only like 2 chapters. And we have at least 2 weeks where we have a breather week where there are no assignments due. So you can just focus on those learn-its and on Yellow Dig. Take notes when you're doing the learn-its because they are so long. I have found that there's something great that happens in your brain and your hands when you write things down. So I like to take the learn-its by writing the answers down on a piece of paper so that when I get to the quiz portion of it, I can just look down at my notes. There is no guessing and I can just fill it in and it makes it go faster. Okay. Now the late policy. So I teach communication and I don't do math. So I don't take away late points for past due work because I don't like figuring out percentages. But I do need you to turn in assignments in weeks 1 through 3 by the end of week 4 and assignments 4 through 7 by the end of week 8. Anything that is due in weeks 1 through 3 cannot be submitted after week 4. Because then if you do that, you're just cramming information in and you really don't have time to digest it. Also, it's not very respectful to your instructor to wait until the last minute to submit all your assignments. When I've been here available to answer questions and to instruct you for 8 weeks, and then suddenly I'm grading all of your work at once. And then you can't even apply the feedback because we're just like running on that hamster wheel to get you to the end of the class. And that's not why we're here. So please, please make sure that you turn in your work in a decent time frame. On Monday or Tuesday, if your work hasn't been submitted, I will place a temporary 0 just to place mark your grade and to show you what your grade looks like without that assignment and why you need to turn it in. Okay. You can always still turn things in within the time frame. And remember, I'm on your side. I want you to pass this class and I want you to do it well. So any questions about assignment expectations? Okay. Good. Nope. Great. So now response time. I'll get back to you within 24 hours, whether you text me or you send me a Canvas message. I'm better at texting than I am at Canvas, so just keep that. It's always good to send me a note in all ways, and I'll catch it one way or another, but just know that 24 hours is generally my deal. I'm pretty good at it, I think. If I don't get back to you right away, it's because it's gotten lost in the feed and I just don't see it. Or life happens and a kid needs stitches or something. So just send me a friendly reminder. I don't mind. Kim, I asked you this question like 26 hours ago. I haven't heard back from you. Oh yeah, right. The other thing is that I like to take Sundays off as much as possible, which I know doesn't jive very well because your assignments are due on Sundays. Text message is the best way to get back to me. If I don't get back to you on a Sunday, I will get back to you by Monday afternoon. And so like I talked about earlier, just pause and let me answer your question. I will work with you. The other thing is for assignments, Bryan gives us 5 days to grade your work, but I usually don't take more than 3. So if more than 72 hours pass, just know that I'm swamped. And that happens when classes that are midway through overlap with classes that are ending and there's a ton of work turned in at one time. So I have 5 days, but generally you can expect to see your work submitted to you back within 3 days. I take advantage of the comments feature and I'll give you very specific detailed feedback of what you need to do should your work not be quite right. Let's talk about Yellow Dig. Now, Yellow Dig. Okay, so I actually like Yellow Dig a lot more than I did when I first started working for Bryan 4 years ago, because we moved from an old version of Yellow Dig to Yellow Dig Engage. And I think it's just a lot more user friendly. So just out of curiosity, how many of you like love Yellow Dig and how many of you love to hate Yellow Dig? Like, what are your thoughts on this program?
I love to hate it.
Okay, yes.
It's a pain in my butt.
Okay. And can you elaborate on that pain? What does it cause for you?
Because I'd be so engrossed into the assignments and reading that we have to do. I'd be going like, oh my God, I forgot to do my yellow digs. And then I got to go and do yellow digs. Okay. Because it's not like you could go like, oh, those points don't matter, because they do. Okay.
Okay. You're right. They do.
And they got to be in just on Sunday too. Everything has got to be in by Sunday. So that's the pain in my butt. Okay.
Okay, thank you. I feel you. I can feel that too. Like as an instructor, it gets to be Thursday and I'm like, oh no, I haven't responded to anyone's yellow dig. Get in there. Yeah, okay. Does anybody really like it?
I would say I like it, and yes and no. I think it's just more of not that I'm shy, but I guess it's like a different perspective when you're like just even with the Zoom, like you're seeing different people, they're looking at you, you're looking at them. So for me, it's just getting over that shyness, I guess, communicating with everyone.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Go ahead.
I don't mind doing the yellow dig, but it is not being, I'm almost done with my associates, and it's never been used as it's been displayed.
Okay.
There's really not any communication other than, oh, good, or thank you. You know, the discussions aren't on there.
Okay.
So in that perspective, no, you're just looking for something to post or write about.
Right.
That's not boring everyone else.
True. Okay, well, thank you for sharing. You know, I think Yellow Dig is important because we are in a virtual forum, and especially for this class, because we're not meeting weekly, it's a great opportunity for us to network with each other and still have connection with each other. And I can't capitalize enough on the idea of networking. Because you are at Bryan, you're developing relationships and you're recognizing people who are in other classes, and you should continue to build those relationships, because you never know when like 2, 5, 10 years down the road, you're going to need a job, or you're going to have a job opening, and you might remember, hey, I worked with this person in one of my classes at Yellow Dig. I remember them being really good at this. And then you can hit that person up and say, hey, are you looking for a job, or do you have any openings? I'm really looking to get into XYZ. Or crazy enough, you may be walking in a grocery store and see someone with a Bryan t-shirt on. You're like, oh, I went to Bryan University. No way. What? And, you know, that happens to me. I'm originally from Kentucky. And so not related to Yellow Dig, but, you know, when you see someone with a Kentucky license plate, I'm like, oh, home. Like we might've lived on different sides of the state, but like, it still feels like home to me. And I'm like, can I just hear your accent? Will you just talk to me, please? You know? So use Yellow Dig for networking and to communicate with your classmates. And also, so interpersonal communication is a really fun class. And I do my very best to post fun sparks. So I post a spark every Monday, and they are fun. Some of them, and this is all real life stuff that we get to talk about. So you shouldn't need to pull anything out of your own head to figure out what in the world I'm going to talk about for COM115 on Yellow Dig. I also do a Super Saturday post in this course. So I am constantly trying to feed you prompts to make it easy for you to get these points. Also, make sure that you check when I tag you, because in my responses to you, I'll give you more than a thank you. Unless you've posted like constantly, I'm like, oh yeah, that's a good picture. Good job, you know. Also for this class, I'm not a big fan of videos or additional articles for your Yellow Dig posts, okay? And the reason why is because we're all reading a ton of stuff anyway, and we're all writing a bunch for this assignment. So unless the article has something really, really important that we all need to know, or you can expand on it, or the video is like really short, don't post it. You'll still get your credit automatically for Yellow Dig, but I just don't think it's very helpful for this course. So grading for Yellow Dig, it's worth 200 points. So it's 20% of your grade. If you haven't figured it out already, Yellow Dig recalibrates every Monday. So what that means is like the first week, you have 100 points that you could earn. So you'll see yourself get all the way up to 100. But then on Monday, it recalibrates and says, oh, now you have got 200 points you can earn. So your grade is going to go back down. Then it's going to go back up. Week 3, you have 300 total points. So on Monday, even though you got your 200 points for those 2 weeks, come Monday, you now have 300 points that you can earn. So you will see it go up and down like this. So don't freak out when you see that. As long as you are maxing out points every week, you have no reason to fear that you won't get your full 200 points. And it's really very easy to do. I think if you are set aside, like decide on Tuesday, I'm going to spend 15 to 20 minutes on Yellow Dig. Set your timer, clear all screens off so you just see Yellow Dig and just type your little heart out. You'll be able to max out those points because we've all seen that bar, right? That goes straight across that says da, 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 da. And then suddenly magically it's like, oh, you've gotten all your points for this week. So always max out your points. This is really helpful, especially in weeks 4 through 8, because you have buffer points that you can earn. And those buffer points still fill in for you if you like have a week where you get sick or you just can't. Victoria says she does it on her phone. It makes it easier. So there's a lot of different ways that you can do Yellow Dig and getting as many points as possible. Also, I freely give out those accolades. So you post something, I'm going to give you extra points. I've had people finish this course. You can earn up to 8,000 points in the Yellow Dig forum, but I've had people finish with like 10 and 12,000 points. So it's really easy to do. And just always remember, I am on your side. I want you to succeed in this course. I want you to enjoy this course, and I want you to have fun in this course. Okay. So that is everything about the course. Are there any questions?
No.
Are you feeling jazzed? Are you excited about it?
Yeah.
Jazz hands. Okay. Okay, good. So, I mean, as you can tell, like I really love communication a lot. And there are far-reaching aspects of it. So let me teach you about the transactional model of communication just to get us started. I'm going to take roughly 5 to 10 more minutes of your time, and then you'll be free to get on with Wednesday. So when you see transactional model of communication, what do you think when you hear the word transactional?
An exchange.
An exchange? Yes. If I go to the store and I make a transaction, what am I doing?
Exchanging something.
Exchanging.
Right. I'm paying someone money and I'm getting something in return.
Right.
Right. If I am transacting with my coworker, so let's take it out of the physical and move it into like just interfacing with a coworker. What is transaction like in that span? And feel free to use the diagram to help you out.
That you're talking to your coworker about something?
Yeah. We're talking, we're communicating, we're doing the centerpiece here, which is messages. So when we think about the transactional model of communication, we're thinking about a give and take. And this is not like I give, pause, then I take pause. It is happening simultaneously like this the entire time. We are transacting right now. So what happens is you have a sender and a receiver. The sender and the receiver encode messages. So I'm going to talk to you in a way that I think you will understand, or I'm going to try to. And then you're going to receive the message that I've given you, and you're going to be decoding it according to what you think you heard. So when we're communicating with other people, we're constantly encoding messages and we're decoding messages. Communication is all about making sense of things. We are creating meaning when we communicate with other people. Now, this message that we send can go in a lot of different ways. So we've got different channels, different modes of communication. So think about right now, like what channel are we using to communicate?
The computer, Zoom,
internet.
Yes, we are. Yeah, we're using Zoom. We're over the internet, which is awesome. I can see most of you. Most of you can hopefully see me. So we still get to use nonverbal communication. What do I do when I pick up my cell phone?
You have a conversation, talk.
I'm having a conversation. They can't necessarily see me, but I can still talk. So I'm talking and I'm listening. We send text messages, right? We do emails. We used to do paper mail. If you don't, I hope that you still do somehow use paper mail, like send somebody a letter. It's so fun to receive mail, isn't it? Yeah, it is.
Why is this not a bill?
What'd you say?
Why is it not those bills?
Yeah.
I don't get a letter anymore. I get bills.
Oh, yes. Well,
yeah.
Yeah. Junk mail.
PLBs, I get those all the time.
When you post on Facebook, if somebody posts something and you reply to that post.
Yes, we're using social media. We sure are. Okay, so now we've talked through 3 parts of it. We have the message, we have the channel, we have the sender and the receiver, encoding and decoding. Now we have other things that are going on at the same time that we're communicating that are competing for our attention. And this is known as noise. So I want to show you the next diagram to help you understand a little bit better about noise. So remember, as we're communicating, we are creating meaning. And then we have these different things that are competing. We have noise in the term of physical and psychological noise that can happen. So even on the Zoom meeting, if someone's not muted or like say my dog starts barking, that noise comes in and it disrupts the flow of communication. We can also have psychological noise. We're going to learn about listening in this course, how to become a better listener. Did you know there are different styles of listening, that we all listen in different ways? And so we've got this other stuff that's going on in our head that competes for our attention. I don't know about you, but sometimes my kids are talking and then I like start thinking about other things, and then I'm like, oh no, they're still talking. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, wait, what'd you say? And I'm like trying to make sense of it at the same time. So psychological noise, or like, oh, did I turn off the stove and someone's talking to you? Or man, I really hope this conversation will finish up because I got to get to my next appointment. So that is noise. Then we have cultural noise that can happen. And so when we talk about culture, we're just talking about the different ways that we see the world. And we're going to learn about intercultural communication in assignment 2 to talk about the different ways that we understand nonverbal communication, the way that we understand space. Quick story. Okay, so when we moved, okay, I'm gonna take 3 more minutes, okay? When we moved here to Denver, we needed a landscaper. And we stayed in a rental house. And there was this very nice gentleman who lived in this across the street from the rental house we were staying in while we were waiting for our house to be ready. And he was a landscaper. And he was from Mexico, immigrated to the United States, a very nice gentleman. And so we got to our new house and hired him to be our landscaper. Okay, so I was raised in America. And when he came to the door and I opened it, some of you might identify with this. I think they do this in Texas too. He went in and he kissed me, like landed a kiss on my cheek. Remember? Girl raised in America. Wow. Man coming at me. Wonderful kiss on my cheek. And I was like, hello, landscaper. You know, like, like what is this? But that was a very normal form of greeting someone in his culture, not normal in the culture that I was raised in. So then you get all these red flags, and then he's like, why won't she say hi to me? You know, like it's not that big of a deal to him. It's not a deal at all. And like maybe he feels repulsed or even like like I rejected him because I didn't receive his welcome warmly. So that's what we're talking about in cultural context and noise. Moving on very quickly, relational context, like what is going on in the relationship? Am I talking to someone I just met, or am I talking to someone that I have history with? Social context. Am I going to be chumming it up with like my colleagues in a professional business meeting, or am I going to save that for happy hour? So this is the noise. So all of this is happening all at the same time. So did you know, I mean, have you ever broken it down this way to consider everything that is going on when you are communicating?
Yes.
Yes.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Or it's just like we're on the
grandkid noise.
and if like your phone goes off, that's going to be a noise to distract you. So.
Yeah. So I encourage you as you move through these assignments, we're breaking down so many parts of communication over the next week to help you get better at doing this, what you are doing all day, every day. This never ends for you. And we are all growing and changing at the same time. I went to a marriage conference. They say you're married, even though you're married to the same person, basically your wife is different every 10 years. Every decade, she's going to be a different person. So you better figure it out. It's true.
And your husband's eyes go, whoa.
I know. He's like, who am I talking to today? Well,
I got divorced.
There you go. Well, I joke with my husband and say there's only one way out of this.
Yeah.
Hope your life insurance policy is up to date. So, okay. Well, I appreciate your time so much. And I know I've thrown a lot of information at you. If you have any questions at all, here is my text number. You can send me a Canvas message, email me through Gmail at Bryan University. I am available and I'm really, really excited to work with each of you. I will hang out for a few more minutes if you have any questions or you just want to chit chat for a few minutes, but otherwise you're free to go. Thank you for your time on a Wednesday morning. I appreciate it more than you know.
Thank you. It's nice to meet you.
Thank you, Kim.
And everyone else.
Bye.
We'll post this video, right?
Yes, ma'am. I will.
Our next meeting, we're meeting later in the day.
Yes, my boss suggested, I used to do them all at the same time, like same day. She said, let's try doing one in the morning and one in the evening, just to try to catch all the people. So the next one, I'm going to cover interviewing, which we don't talk about in the textbook. So it's like a freebie. And that one is in the evening in like 4 weeks, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, but that, it's all on the website for you to see. And text me if you can't remember or can't find it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Since you don't have that website on the sidebar,
yes,
will you post it in the announcements or Yellow Dig or where will?
Yes, I'll post it in the announcements.
Okay.
Yeah, so after this, it's going to download. I'm going to upload it to something and then I'll post it.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mary.
I always go back and look at them.
Good.
Yeah. What did I miss?
That's right. Okay. Yeah. I don't know what
I'm sorry, Wanda. Go ahead.
No. I was just thinking. I was thinking about the other class. You just go to the other site, but this one you got to go in announcements to get.
That's true. Yes,
okay.
And I need to make a note. I want to see if we can fix that. But at the same time, I don't want to confuse students and have them think that we're meeting every week when we're not. Okay. So I'm not sure how to tease through that, but I need to ask that question.
Okay. All right. I'll see you in 4 weeks.
All right.
All right.
Thank you. Since you said that we're not meeting every week.
That's true.
Okay. So the next
yeah, let me pull it up real quick.
I think it's the 16th of July. I'm sorry, March. Yep, 16th.
Okay. I don't know where my screen went, but that sounds about right to me.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
So it's not the 2nd?
No, it's the 16th.
Yeah, Wednesday, March 16th at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
That's weird because I show on the, I don't know what I'm looking at then.
Maybe the other class.
I don't think the other class has any.
Yeah, so here's our page.
Because the other class we're meeting every other week.